Hello everyone, this is Team JKJ from the University of Denver. So we have just come up with an app called the JKJ Task Manager. So the purpose of the JKJ Task Manager is that it helps entrepreneurs ease down their workload by auto-assigning different jobs with different requirements to the employees that the algorithm thinks have the best credential and skill to best do the job. So it would enhance efficiency in the workflow and pipeline for entrepreneur. So since our app was developed on the Python Eve framework, and the Python Eve framework depends on MongoDB as its main backend server, to run the app, you need to first make sure MongoDB is installed on your computer. You can easily go on the internet and search for the information. So the first step here is that once we have MongoDB installed, we need to open up a MongoDB server that our app can access to. So here on Linux, you do sudo mongot, but on Windows, you can just type mongot on the regular terminal after you have installed MongoDB. So now that we have our server up and running, I would go over to the JKJ app and run it, and run the Python file for JKJ app. .py. So as of right now, no window is popping up. This is expected because our app is actually just running in the background and establish the connection to our server. To actually use the app, you need to go over to our GUI, the graphical user interface. So now you run let's go to a different terminal here and run Python 3 GUI.py. So now it would pop up our simple GUI here. To add a new employee, you would go to Tim. So over here, here's the list of different employees that we already have on the database. To add a new employee to the database, you can name him like Mark, and then last name is George or something. And he works in the IT department, and his main skill set is data analytics. And the capacity field here is the with our thing, an employee can have multiple skill set. You can just select many of them. If you want to deselect, you can just re-click on it. So let's say Mark York works in IT and has data analytics skill, and his capacity. So the capacity here refers to the number of jobs he can do at one time. So let's say he can do 5 jobs. So we can assign him 5 jobs at one time. Then we add employee to the database. As you can see here, Mark York is now in our employee group. Now to add a new task, you would say, let's say fix computer. So that would require data analytics. So that would be an IT department job. And data analytics, let's say. And the difficulty is a scale from 1 to 10. So with 10 being the hardest. So let's say this is a pretty simple fix. Let's say a 2. And the length field here is like the amount of time that it takes that they estimate to do the job. We haven't come up with a special unit of time for it, but let's say it takes 1 day. And the description is fix boss computer. So here you could type a much longer description. And the priority also ranks from 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. So I say this is fairly urgent because the boss needs his computer done. So I say 9. And the employee needed is 1. So now you add the task to the pool. See, so here, these are the tasks that's currently in our pool. You can do either a manual task assignment where you can click and select the employee that you want to assign the task to, or you can do an auto task assignment. Say fix computer, I click auto assign, and our algorithm will automatically find the employee best suited for the situation. So now it will go into the assign task part. So here, it looks like there's some typo on our GUI, but it's really not. It's actually a problem with the scaling. But if we were given more time, we wouldn't be able to fix it. So when you click on fix computer, see which employee the algorithm assign the person to, you would see Tim Bob. So Tim Bob here is actually like another employee with IT and data analytics skill set. So between those two candidates, our algorithm just happened to choose the first one it found. So here, Bob would have the job. That's pretty much it to our app. If you have any more questions or any comments on what we can do to improve this, please let us know. Thank you so much. This is Team JKJ from the University of Denver.